Let me actually make sure my microphone is on before I start saying hello to everybody. But I think it's on. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. We are doing reading sprints today. And for these reading sprints, we are going to be reading, well, I'm going to be reading the Da Vinci Code. So that's exciting. I'll be reading the Da Vinci Code. This is book 2 in the Robert Langdon series. This is the book that's going to determine whether I keep or unhaul this entire series. Because I liked book 1. Hello, hello, hello. I liked book 1 in the Dan Brown series. It was okay. It was fine. I'll give like a 3-star. So, but I have books 1 through 5, and most of them I got for free because my library is getting rid of them. They're all like different variants. Like some are mass market, some are like library edition, some are hardcover. But I have 5 out of the 6. So I'm gonna start the Da Vinci Code, and then I'm going to see if I want to continue with the series. So we'll see. I need to figure out what to start reading tonight. So many options. I have so many options too. It does get overwhelming. Like you want to read, but you don't know what you want to read, or you have too many options of what you want to read. So you're kind of looking crazy. Like, what do I read? I saw those movies and loved them, but I have no desire to read the books at all. I've never watched the movies, but a lot of the books that I read are considered dad books, like the Orphan X series. That's an example of one, and the Robert Langdon series. But because I love the Orphan X series, I thought, oh, I might like the Robert Langdon series. But book 1 was okay. Like it wasn't bad, but it was okay. It was a little too long for me in my opinion, but so I'm giving book 2 a try. And if book 2 doesn't work, then we're out of here. And I'll just unhaul them all. I had to unhaul today so many what are they called? Comic issues of a indie comic because I got the first 3 volumes of it and all of the issues are in those comics, so I don't need both. Kind of upsetting. And they were so expensive. But it's all right. If I couldn't have afforded it, I wouldn't have bought it. You know what I'm saying? I just wish I didn't have both, you know? But so I'm unhauling those 2. I have a little stack on my dresser of all the books that I'm going to unhaul at the end of the month. I already started putting them up on Pango, but there's a lot of them that are going up, getting unhauled. So hopefully I make some of that money back. But I don't know. But I wasn't unhauling as many books as I thought I would. I reached my goal. My goal was, and I think I told you guys this last week, because last week either I got to my goal or I was about to get to my goal. But my goal is to read 10 physical TBR books a month. And I got to my goal. I think I've read 12 physical TBR books this month. Just in the past couple days, I read like 4 ebooks. So I'm all over the place with reading. I'm reading library books as well and all the things. So, but I reached my goal. And of the books that I read for my physical TBR, I think I'm only getting rid of 2 of them. And I'm getting rid of To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. And I'm getting rid of The Princess Bride by William Goodman or Goldman. And I'm still thinking whether I should get rid of a romance that I read called Unrealistic Expectations. But those are the 3. And then last night I watched the what do they call class courses that tell you about books, like the synopsis of books and all that stuff. And I watched it on To the Lighthouse, and they didn't explain not a thing. The entire book is broken down to 3 sentences from the explanation. They talk about going to a lighthouse. They don't go to the lighthouse, and then 10 years later they go to the lighthouse. Why is this book over 100 and some change pages? This is why I can't get on board with classics. I try, and I try, but these classics just don't be working for me. I swear, like these classics just don't be working for me. I try and I try, and it just doesn't work out. I have a small collection of classics that I enjoy, and other than that, none. None. So, I don't know. I'm not. And it's only a couple that I actually enjoy, and I'm like, wow, I like these. I realize that all the classics that have to have like a meaning behind every sentence aren't my faves. Like the classics that I enjoy, that I still have on my shelves are Little Women, Anne of Green Gables, The Jungle Book, Peter Pan, 1984, Pride and Prejudice. I have Emma as well, but I borrowed the audiobook from Emma because I'm going to reread it soon to see if I want to keep it or not. Because when I read it the first time, I didn't enjoy it. So I'm going to try one more time. And if I don't like it, that's got to go. Some are great, but I don't seek them out. I stopped. A couple years ago, I was buying classics all the time. Cause I'm like, there has to be some that like I just thought that was a waste of money and time. Most classics I didn't have to read all the way through and still unhauled. A lot of classics just aren't for me. I bought a 5 pack of F. Scott Fitzgerald books and I hated every single one of them. That man didn't miss a chance to bring up black people. I swear, like black people were nowhere in the story, and he didn't miss a chance. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And it was just like bad. All the books were the exact same. And he always put himself in all his books. They just pissed me off. Everything just pissed me up. Did you read Dandelion Wine? No. No, I haven't. What's this? What's this? And that's the thing also. I love simplistic books that just feel like people are living. But whenever there's books like that where you just feel like people are living, they also feel like those are the books that have the most like amount of nothing in them. That pisses me off as well. That's the worst book I've ever read. I vividly remember reading it and hating it. Ooh, I've never read this. Let me look it up on Goodreads. I've never heard of this one. Dandelion Wine. Sounds delicious, but I've never heard of it. In the margins that that it was the worst book ever. That's crazy. I've actually never heard of this book. Okay, by Ray Bradbury. Uh-oh. People seem to love this book, but people seem to love everything that I just despise. So it doesn't mean anything, to be honest. Doesn't mean anything at all. Because most of the classics I hate, everybody loves. And I'm like, how? How? But it's good to have your own opinions about books. It's just that classics aren't for me. Neither is literary fiction. It's not for me either. Most boring thing I've ever read. Yeah. I feel the same way about that. Literary fiction. I don't read memoirs and I don't read, well, it's mainly those three: literary fiction, memoirs, and classics. But it's also because for some reason, people make it seem like literary fiction has to be sad and depressing. And in my opinion, it does not have to be sad and depressing at all. But all literary fiction seems to be sad and depressing or traumatizing and it's just too much for me. It's just way too much for me. And also boring. So I was like, I'm over it. Why does everything have to be sad and depressing? It doesn't. But we're going to start our first sprint of the evening. 45 minutes. Let me turn on some ambiance. And then I'm going to start the timer. Happy leading and sprinting, everyone, for the first sprint of the evening. Bye. Hello, everyone. So, I got to chapter 11. Oh, hold on. Make myself a little bit bigger. I got to chapter 11 in the Da Vinci Code. Here's the thing about these books, they're not bad at all. Ugh. They're not bad at all. I just am bored. Hello. Just finished reading Mythical Cat Shelter and I loved it. Ooh, needed the cozy fancy, and it has strong Studio Ghibli vibes. Yeah, it sounds like it would, wouldn't it? I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let me know which books you guys are gonna read next. Let me know. I started reading The Dark Lord's Guide to Dating. I'm 6% in. I think I've heard of that. I think I've heard of it. How is everybody enjoying their books? Or what books are you gonna start next? This, I feel like if I continue reading it, it's going to be a 3 again. I'm debating if I should give it another sprint to see, like, give it another sprint before I see, if I should DNF or not. And mind you, again, I'm not even DNFing because it's bad, because it's not bad. I'm just bored. I just don't think the books are meant for me, but they are very informational. Like, I'm learning stuff I never knew because Robert Langdon is a historian and he's a whole bunch of other things. I don't know. But I don't know what I want to do about that yet. So we shall see. We shall see. I don't know. I think even if I finish this book though, whether I DNF it or I finish it, I'm going to unhaul all 5 that I have because I wouldn't want to continue the series, especially since none of them, they don't connect. They're all different mysteries. I don't know. I appreciated reading the Da Vinci Code, but I didn't enjoy it. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Like, it's interesting because you're learning new things, but the characters aren't anything to hold tight about. And I don't know. I don't know. Some fun facts stick with you, but the story doesn't. Yes. Yes. Like, this is exactly how I feel. Like, I didn't even remember Robert Langdon's name. Like, I kept on calling him Dan Brown. That's the author of the books. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking, though. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I don't know if I, again, whether I finish this or not, I think I'm unhauling everything from Dan Brown. So, and I own books 1 through 5. But the thing is, I don't feel too bad about unhauling them because I got most of them free from my library. Um, or they were like $1 at Goodwill. I think the only one I actually paid money for is this one, which was like $1. The other 4 I got when my library was just giving books away for free. So I don't feel bad about unhauling these and giving them to someone else who might want them more. So I'm DNFing. I just made up my mind. Yeah, DNF'd on chapter 11. I'm gonna put it right here. But I already know what I'm gonna read next. I'm reading a like urban romance crime series book. So I might just continue with those. But that's something to be taken off of my physical TBR. That's 4 books. That's 4 books being taken over my physical TBR. I'm saying I came to that conclusion with you guys. Like, I literally just thought out my DNF process. That's literally how I DNF books though. I DNF a lot more than I used to 2024 was like the first year I was like DNFing books. Because before that, I just finished them. Whether I hated them or not, I just finished them. But before that, but after 2024 and 2025, I was like throwing books. Might as well be throwing them out the house. Just I was just like, mm, mm. But yeah, I had to come to that conclusion by myself that I'm DNFing. Should I take it out of the title? No, because I was reading that for the sprint one at least. But that's how I come to my conclusions of DNFing books. Isn't that interesting? I Yeah, I'm probably gonna read my Kindle books though for the next two sprints. We're gonna have two more sprints, and I'm gonna use. I used to never DNF and would hate read, but now I can't stand wasting my time even on mediocre books. I can't either. I cannot either. Like, there's no need. There's no need. There's no purpose. I feel like I even I have a 50-page rule. If the book is longer, obviously you need a little bit more than 50 pages. Like fantasy that's 1,000 pages. I'm gonna give it like 200, and that's still a lot. But like for I didn't have two very long fantasies, and I gave both of them around 200 pages, and I still wasn't into it. But I have a 50-page rule for like 300 or less page books. And if in the first 50 pages I'm not interested enough, you're DNF'd. And now I've started to DNF books where if I know, like, the book is not bad, the book is fine, it's giving 3 stars. If I know that and I'm halfway through the book, a fourth through the book, then I DNF those as well because most 3 stars I don't keep. All the books on my shelves, I own almost 700 books, almost 700. So I was saying I'm around 660, I think. All the books on my shelf that I have read is books that I either loved so much or books that I love so much and will reread or liked a lot and will reread. So if none of those are that, they have to go. Use that same page rule. 3 pages at most to vibe with it. Yeah, it's like and look, and that rule worked out for the Da Vinci Code because the Da Vinci Code I got to page 60 in the Da Vinci Code. So it works. I don't want to finish this book. I don't want to read it. I don't want to finish it. So, but that's what I usually do. I DNF'd Malice by John Gwynne and The Power of the Orange Tree. And honestly, I might even go. I gave the book to my mom because she likes John Gwynne, but I can go so because she has it, I can go back to it whenever I want to. But I sold The Power of the Orange Tree. That book I would never try to reread, but I might when I'm older and maybe I'm more experienced in older, like not older fantasy, but adult or epic fantasy. I might go back to it, but certain books I shouldn't have to wait. Obviously, certain books are series, certain books are whatever, but I shouldn't have to wait to a cliffhanger for things to get good. Like I just it gets tiring. It does get tiring indeed. So, but yeah, even if I give it 3 star, it's out of here. Unless I'm like, I kind of want to reread that in 2 years to see. And so most of the books on my shelves, if they're here, it's because I either adored them and I want them on my shelves forever, or they're to reread. And both of those things can be true at once because most of my books, I reread a lot. So especially if I'm in like a slump, that's the perfect time to reread something that I know I enjoy, I know I love. I've reread the Anne Bishop series by the others 3 times. I've reread the Mercy Thompson series twice. Um, I started to reread the Luna Chronicles. I only reread book one, but like I reread series, so I need to love them. I need to love them. I need to enjoy them. Even if they're not a 5 star, they gotta be enjoyable. Because there's fun mess. There's stupid books, like not stupid as in like dumb, but like silly stupid books. But what is it? I'm gonna reread it or I'm not. We gotta go. Break time's over. So we're going to start another sprint. 45 minutes. I envy that I can never reread books. Oh, I love because I feel so much pressure to read something new. Oh, I have that, but I at the same time rereading things I love brings me happiness. Like there's so many times when I'm in a reading slump and I feel not ashamed. Ashamed is the wrong word, but I feel bad that I'm not reading books that I bought that are unread yet, and I feel so ashamed or upset about it, or I feel like I should be on to the next book by now. And then reading a book that I've already read and I know I love, it still bumps up that Goodreads goal if you have one, or your page goal if you have one. But it just makes me feel happy because I know I love this book. So while I'm reading this book, none of that is on my mind. I'm just loving the book that I'm reading. So keep that in mind. Like whatever book is your fave, none of that matters when you're reading that book because it's your favorite and you're so into it. That's how I feel about rereading books. Just keep putting it off. Hmm. Also, now I get to read some Kindle books. But we're gonna start sprint number 2, you guys. So I'm gonna mute myself. Happy reading, happy sprinting, and I'll see you guys during the next break. Goodbye. We're gonna start a break. 10-minute break. How did everybody do during their sprints? Let me know. I see we got a new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to read Granger so bad. I want to read this author so bad. Um, I just posted my most recent YouTube video. I'm talking about how I want to read Granger. So she is definitely, I think it's a she, but I don't know for sure, on my list to read. Like, I really want to. I really want to. It's good. I'm glad. What is the other one called? I want to read her so bad. Enjoying Tales on the gas station. It makes me laugh, but I might switch to something else. All good. We have one more sprint left. I might do a extra one. I don't know, but one more confirmed sprint. So remember that. What is the book called that I'm thinking of by Granger? I have my phone right here. Let me just check. So hold on. Maggie Gray. Yes, yes. How did you know? How did you know? How did you know? That's the one. I want to read that book so bad. Um, yes. It's giving paranormal fantasy. So, uh, are your sprints on the BookTube Bible spreadsheet? Do you know what that is? I have no idea what that is. So, I don't know. Tell me what that is, because I don't know what that is. Why can I not find this? Is it gray with an E or gray with a Y? It's gray with an E. The Secret World of Maggie Gray. It's a vampire. It's a vampire paranormal book, and I thought it looked so good. And they're at college. A vampire, a witch, and a siren get accepted into a magical HBCU. Like, that just sounds so cool. That just sounds so cool, and I really want to read it. And the covers, they just got new covers recently, and the new covers are amazing. Hold on, let me show you. There's this cover. You can't see that well. There's this cover. That's the new cover, I believe. It's a spreadsheet with a lot of booktubers who does sprints and book content. Oh, I didn't know that existed. Um, I'm pretty new to BookTube, even though I've been watching it for, I feel like, ever. For at least 10 years, I've been watching BookTube. I'm new to uploading on BookTube. And I've just gotten consistent with doing sprints on YouTube. So I don't know. I might not be on there. It does sound good. But this is the other cover I saw. And this cover I really like. It looks like a comic book cover. I really like that one. And then the original cover, I think she's still indie, which I love. I love an indie girly. This is the cover. This one, but also she has so many covers for these books and they're just so good. The original cover I saw though was this one. This was the original cover that I saw. And I think this one gives me Coraline vibes, but I like them. I want to read this book and there's 4 books in this series. I don't know if there's more after that coming out, but I really want to read. I'm very excited. It sounds really good. But I'm reading Capone right now. I DNF'd the Da Vinci Code because I was like, I don't know about that. And I started reading not Capone, Capadonna. I finished Capone, which I like the way the author categorized it on Goodreads. Because the Capone, they're all brothers or siblings. So series one is Capone, and it's called season one in Goodreads, and then season two is Capadonna, and I'm on Capadonna book 2.5, and there's one, two, 2.5, 3, 3.5. It does look very Coraline. I read Capone all the books and moved into Capadonna. They're so good. They're so good. I started. Let me. I'm on my Goodreads, anyways. I started on the 24th. Right. It's what's today? The 27th. I started on the 24th. I've read book one, book two, and book three of Capone, and I've read book two, one, two, and I'm on 2.5. So in 3 days, I am on my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth Jacquel J book in 3 days. That is insane. This has happened to me before. I've got addicted to books and then read them like immediately, but it's been a minute and I really needed this. So that I did have to take a break because I was getting exhausted with the drama. The drama is what's keeping me in. That's the main thing I like about indie books is that drama hits different. Also, reading traditionally published books. Yes, they're on Kindle Unlimited. Um, the Capone and Capadonna books, they're on KU. And let me see. I'll check for you guys to see if the Maggie Gray books are on KU. But yeah, and mind you, I've seen Jacquel J, who wrote those books, twice in person. Twice, 2024 and 2025. And I at that time I hadn't read any of her books. So I didn't have the physical books. I didn't get them signed. And now I regret it. Like I honestly regret it. Also on Libby, if you prefer audiobooks. Yeah, but I hate the audiobook. Oh my goodness. I hate the audiobook because of the woman narrator. I hate the audiobook. The audiobook is so bad. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing if Maggie Gray is on KU. It is. It's on Kindle Unlimited. So both the books I've talked about are on KU. She was horrible. She sounded like she was doing it in like a closet or a bathroom or something. I don't know. The guy sounded fine. He does a lot of indie black books, but like, oh my gosh, no, not a chance. She was terrible. She was indeed terrible. She was indeed. She was terrible. Like she sounded like this. Imagine this. I'm gonna say what you just said. This is how she sounded. I was just about to ask if the narrative was good. Like that's how she sounded. That's how she sounded. That's how she sounded. And it was even worse because you know how when you're listening to an audiobook and the woman narrator is doing the guy's voice, so she goes like a little deeper, a little gruffier, but you still know it's the woman narrator doing it. And then when you get to like the guy POV and the guy narrator is doing the voice, he does like a little feminine voice, but you still know it's the guy doing it. I started audiobook for book one of Capone. Um, I when I started the audiobook for Capone, I thought it was a guy narrating. So I thought I was in like the guy's POV. I thought, oh, a woman is doing the narrating, but it's a but she's in like a guy's POV because it said Aaron, and Aaron can be a girl or a guy's name. But no, his name is Capone, so it wasn't his POV. And I guys, like it was so bad. It was so bad. It ruined like it was so upsetting. It made me angry. But also, it was oh my gosh. It was Sarah, it was so bad. It was so bad. And what made it worse is let's talk about society for a second, right? Let's talk about society for a second. You know how when it comes to women, being independent, or let's say she's a single mother, hold on, pause this, or whatever, and they always call like women who are hyper independent, whatever, like masculine. Like that's how she narrated her. And the reason I think that's true is because in the same book, there's only two narrators, a girl narrator and a guy narrator. In the same book, there's a different POV a lot later in the book for a different woman character. And this woman is rich, she's a lawyer, she's well educated, all this stuff. And the narrator, like the quality is still bad, but the narrator, she sounds a lot better. Like as she sounds more womanly, in my opinion, right? Because the way she was narrating the main woman, she was talking like this the entire time. And I was like, what is happening? When I tell you, when I tell you, like it was bad. Yes. And I was like, she wouldn't even sound like that. Like she would not even sound like that. I don't understand what that voice was. And I was like, why is this woman always yelling? Like what the words on the page and the way the narrator was narrating it were not the same. Like I was like, why is she yelling like that? Who's she yelling at? Because they're having a civil conversation in this book. It was so bad. So for the rest of the books, I did not use that audio book. No. Because again, guy sounds great, sounds crystal clear, sounds like a guy, sounds fine. Her had me shaking in my boots. Had me shaking in my boots. Like I just it was, guys, you don't understand how bad it was. You don't understand. Press and play, not knowing, and then you just hear terrifying. It was honestly terrifying. We're gonna start our third sprint. This might be our last one. I might do another one if you guys would want. It might just be shorter than 45 minutes. But let's start the third sprint, and I will see you guys afterwards to talk. Happy reading, everyone. Let me turn it on. everyone. That was the last sprint of the night. It's getting late, so it's time to go. And as you can see, it got dark in the last 45 minutes that we were talking, or that we were reading. But I am 70% through the book that I'm reading, which is Capadonna 2.5. And we had good conversation today, so I really enjoyed our time together today. The next lives will be in April. I haven't picked the days yet for April, but if you want certain days and certain times, let me know. Always tell me in the comments of where I put the schedule for the month that we're in currently, which is March. 22% through my book. I'm liking it a lot. It's funny. That's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm really glad you're enjoying it. We got a lot done today. We got a lot read today. We had some good conversations. We did the thing. I plan on doing more sprints and longer sprints as well. So keep that in mind. At 30% left in the first family. I think I've read that. I think. I'm not sure, but I think. But yeah. If you have any, I usually do Fridays 5 p.m. Eastern till 8 p.m. Eastern, but I do plan on doing longer. I want to do longer ones. But they'll probably stay because I've heard that the best is Friday / the weekends, but the weekends are a little less. So, but if you have certain times that you would like, remember, always tell me in the comments of the month's schedule. So go to the community section and type in the March schedule comments, what times you like the best. Thank you guys for joining me today. I very much appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. 70% through my book, eating it up. And I'll see you guys in April for more sprints. But if you just want to watch my YouTube videos, watch them wherever, watch them whenever. Thank you for all the new subscribers and things. I very much appreciate it. So yeah, it's time for us to say goodbye to each other. But yeah, bye. Have a great, great evening, everyone. Have a great, great night. Thank you guys for joining me. But yeah, bye. Have a great night. Thank you for joining me today. See you later. See you later.